This podcast is produced by Outcomes Rocket, your healthcare exclusive digital marketing agency. Outcomes Rocket exists to help healthcare organizations like yours to maximize their impact and accelerate growth. Visit outcomesrocket.com or text us at 312-224-9945. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beat Podcast, recorded live at Vive in Nashville, Tennessee. I am here with SubbaRao. He is the Senior Vice President of Global Healthcare and Life Sciences at Rackspace Technology. He's a seasoned global tech leader with over 25 years of diverse experience in enterprise-wide sales, executive relationship management, tech consulting, operations, and he builds high-performance teams. I'm excited to have him here on the podcast. PV, welcome.
Thank you, Sal, and great to be with you at Vive today.
Oh, man, it's such a pleasure. And look, lots of great things happening here. The energy's high. Let's get into what you guys do at Rackspace Technology, shall we?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. So how is your organization helping to drive change in healthcare delivery?
It's a loaded question, but let me give an insight into what we've been doing. Rackspace Technology has been in the business for the last 25 years, and we brought a lot of many fuss in the marketplace. We were the first one to bring customers into internet when there was no internet with our hosting capabilities. Then we sort of brought customers in terms of making sure that they run enterprise level workloads using our private cloud solutions. Then we forayed into bringing the first public cloud offering by partnering with NASA. We were the inventors of OpenStack before public cloud even came into the marketplace, and that was in 2010. We sort of forayed into being the true private and public cloud solutions provider. And for specific to healthcare, we're doing some incredible work, and we've been working in a vertical-centric operating model with healthcare solutions for our past few years. And what we consider healthcare is about 5 segments. We work with the payers and the providers, medical devices, pharmaceuticals, and health IT. And the body work that we've been doing with providers for the past couple of years has been instrumental in terms of what we've been creating value in the marketplace. For most part, our conversation is going to be largely around providers, given we are at Vive, and happy to delve into some of the specifics of what we're doing. So we have partnered with many health systems in the recent years, working with the EMR side of the house as to what we do from a cloud point of view. And also we are doing beyond EMR in terms of helping drive transformation and drive improved security posture for health systems. Overall, we are large enough to deliver, small enough to care type of an organization.
I get
doing incredible value creation focused work with a lot of the health systems.
Well, that's great and fascinating to hear all of those firsts. Really fundamental technologies that have shaped healthcare and really kind of the tech space in general. So really cool to hear about the breadth and depth of the offering. Give us a quick overview of the solutions and maybe any solutions that organizations here on the provider side might care about. Maybe some along the lines of pressure on margins and doing more with less.
Absolutely. Almost every institution these days is grappling with 3 things. What can I do more with less? And how do I drive transformation in terms of embracing technology that is coming into the marketplace? The third one is, how do I improve security posture? So when it comes to doing more with less, we look at a holistic picture of where the customer is, and we do more of a cost and productivity optimization framework. And that sort of really lends itself into understanding where you're spending your dollars in CapEx and OpEx format, labor, non-labor components, your hardware, software, titles, and everything that you go through from where you are today. And this framework helps us in terms of coming out with workload-aware infrastructure choices in designing the true hybrid multi-cloud solutions. And from a Rackspace private cloud point of view, we have a healthcare cloud, a differentiated offering in terms of what we do. And as an example, we're the largest third-party Epic hosting player in the marketplace, and very clear, compelling value of how we drive a lot of stickiness and also value realization for health systems when they're looking at cloud alternatives to host Epic. We do it in a very unique way and really driving a lot more benefit to the customer in terms of where we are. And the fact that Epic is running and we do beyond Epic in terms of hosting all the bolt-ons as well as third-party applications. And that triggers a different type of thought for customers. Hey, I am actually using you for Epic and third parties. Why am I in data centers? And I should be in care delivery ecosystem. So that sort of brought us into transformation of data centers and sort of really drive the true hybrid experience for customers. We bring that unique framework in how value realization is delivered to them. And almost every solution is security first approach, Saul, right? So it's important that you design the solution, you implement with security approach. We sort of bake everything in what we deliver with that type of mindset. And overall, the value realization, so health systems should be able to use the framework that we bring in. So they sort of get about 18 to 25% of savings. And what it does is like use that to fuel transformation. And that particular body work is really, really encouraging for health systems to partner with us.
I love it. It sounds like a very valuable way to deliver on those three key priorities on providers' minds today. And healthcare organizations are considering cloud delivery for critical workloads like their EHRs and EHR adjacent applications. How does Rackspace factor into this space?
We look at pretty much every healthcare organization from the lens of what is core, what is non-core, and how do you really make sure that cloud is playing a key role. And we have an approach of making sure that we are one hand to shake when it comes to any partnerships that health systems make, as opposed to choices. So what it means is that when you choose the strategy and when you combine the strategy with execution, how can we be the single hand to shake for driving that particular value, making sure that the governance that goes along with it is extremely important. The way we look at it is availability. So we offer 5 nines of availability when it comes to critical workloads. And we sort of basically, from a scalability and a flexibility of how you consume cloud resources, we have a similar operating model in terms of our private cloud, but we also use public cloud as necessary for how we drive it. And it's an operating model. And we have pretty much the expertise in terms of making sure that we represent both private and public cloud with a unique operating model that health systems can use it. And it's sort of added as an extension to the team. So more like a do with as opposed to do for type of mindset. Mm-hmm. And that helps the customers to, make this to be much more easier in integrating it. And this operating model goes into almost everything that you have. You have a set of tools that you're using today. When you are embracing new set of technologies, you need to be prepared to have an operating model that is flexible to embrace the new technology. And our operating model has that extension to how we are going to create that overall experience for the customer and really driving that particular value. And our solutions cut across EMRs. Like as I talked about Epic and Rackspace Private Cloud has been one of the most efficient solution that we've seen many health systems using us today. We also do genomics research and helping customers in terms of genome sequencing and how you really do this. In that particular format, you have two choices of how you really consume AI. From generative AI is front and center for almost every institution. And we have something called FAIR, Foundry for AI by Rackspace. It's sort of a defined approach to how we bring AI into the forefront of driving value. And we have different architectures in which how we can train the models, how you inference the models. We use both public cloud as well as private AI for that. And we have a GPU as a service so that customers don't have to really have too much of capital investment. Mm-hmm. You can just use it when you want to consume and train the models and sort of toned down version for inferencing and also really using any of the models that you've trained in a much more cost-effective manner. So the overall solutions that we have, both representing private cloud as well as public cloud, really creating value, and super excited that some of the healthcare organizations that we partnered with clinical, non-clinical, AI, and enterprise workloads are rightly represented by us.
That's awesome. It sounds like your solution is scalable. You could scale up, scale down, go horizontal or vertical with whatever solution you need.
Absolutely. For us, it's more of a solution-centric approach and a product set of specialists that really come out with the horizontal capabilities and that sort of bring uniformity in how those products really can scale to a vertical-centric solution that we do, which means deep pockets of technical expertise and engineering depth when it comes to solutions. And these solutions scale to however you consume it. So for example, from a cloud point of view, so public cloud gives you all the flexibility and choices, and we have similar kind of an offering and in terms of making sure that the uniformity of experience customers use when you really embrace the true hybrid cloud experience has to go with the operating model. So that's really the unique positioning of where we are. And our solutions scale to the scalability, flexibility, as well as the cost dynamics that one has to really respect. And for us, is about when you partner with any health systems, we look at in a manner of total cost of ownership with a business case. And the business case really goes into understanding where you're today and what you can be if you were to partner. And we sort of really come out with a choice. If you don't do anything, this is where you will be. And if you embrace true hybrid cloud and managed services with Rackspace, and this is where we can help you. And that cuts across clinical, non-clinical, and enterprise workloads. So when you do that type of an exercise, and the health systems will have a good choice, and for them to make informed decisions, and we begin the journey and sort of support the journey and be the managed services provider as a true partner.
That's fantastic. I love the philosophy and the approach, and certainly the depth, as you said, of expertise. In your mind, what do you think, PV, are the trends and technologies that will change healthcare in the next 5 years?
I don't think there is any conversation that we can leave without AI.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's one that you get to see. Not that AI is new, it's been there for decades. But we see the pace of innovation that AI brings is going to be really, really helpful. And new sets of models. And end of the day, healthcare organizations, the core IP is the data that these institutions are sitting on. How do you unlock the data and how do you really drive value by utilizing that data is important. And we have a unique approach to how we are partnering in terms of bringing AI in a most cost-effective manner. And whether it be training or inferencing and type of architectures and models. And besides AI, and you also have quantum computing that is emerging. And it's very important for personalized medicine, in terms of drug discovery as well as personalized medicine based on genome profiles that can be individualized and how care delivery protocols can be invented, based on individual situations. And I see quantum computing playing a key role. The third one I would mention is the extended reality. So more like a combination of virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality used for a couple of things. For training, for visualization, as well as overall experiences that you can bring into the way the care delivery is being carried out to our communities.
Love it. Some great examples there. And the future is exciting in healthcare. And we can't do it without awesome partners like PV and his team at Rackspace Technology. So always considering the best options out there, what would you recommend for our listeners to like a call to action and then the best place they could reach you and your team?
Thank you so much. And I'm super privileged and excited to be working with our customers. I learn a lot from them as to what challenges they are facing. I'm surrounded with some exceptional Rackers. We call our Rackspace employees as Rackers. Amazing talent for us to sort of constantly be pushing the envelope for bringing incremental value to our partnerships. And we can be reached at rackspace.com/healthcare. And we have a specialized team with healthcare experience and expertise doing quite a bit of work. And again, privileged to be associated with the ecosystem and where partnerships are important. We work with a lot of the partners that really support what we do. And there is nobody that can solve individually what healthcare is actually going through today. So and hence the partnerships are super important. And we look forward to really be associated with the ecosystem and really drive continued value to the ecosystem. And again, excited to be here with you today. And thanks for the opportunity to be having this podcast with you.
Oh man, PV, are you kidding me? It's a pleasure to have you here. We're lucky to have you and privileged to have the work that Rackspace is able to do for the ecosystem to scale opportunities for better outcomes and decrease costs. Folks, in the show notes, you're going to find ways to get in touch with PV, as well as the Rackspace Technology team, what did you call them? The Racksters? Rackers? The Rackers. All the Rackers are waiting for your call.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So there you have it, folks. And PV, thanks for joining us. Again, ladies and gentlemen, PV is the Senior Vice President of Global Healthcare and Life Sciences. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Saul. I appreciate it.
This podcast is produced by Outcomes Rocket, your healthcare exclusive digital marketing agency. Outcomes Rocket exists to help healthcare organizations like yours to maximize their impact and accelerate growth. Visit outcomesrocket.com or text us at 312-224-9945.